Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So this is the second part of this playlist, and in this video I'll show how to annotate the downloaded images. So just to recall, in the last video I have showed you how to download the images from Google. So these are the images, football images that I have downloaded from the Google, and I have cleaned the data because there are some duplicate data is there, and some false data like baseball is considered as a football. So I have cleaned that data, and now I'll show how to annotate these all images in Python. So for this annotation I'm installing the pip install LableImg. So this will install the LableImg library, and using this LableImg I am going to annotate all the football images. So for this experiment I'll consider two class, one is football and one is person. So the players I am considering for this experiment is person. So in the same yellow v8 environment that I created and showed in the last video, first part of this playlist, how to create the yellow v8 environment, and in the same environment I have installed the LableImg. So this is the LableImg, and after installation, if you just write the LableImg in the command window, this graphical user interface will open. This LableImg app will open, and after this you just import those images. And obviously before import you just create another folder that is named labels, because all these images are stored in the images, and you have to create another folder that is labels. So after labeling, all the labeled files will be stored in this labels folder. So I have imported this folder, and using the square box, and just before starting you just mention the format of this annotation as a yellow, because we'll be consider the yellow. So after considering the yellow format, just choose the rectangular box and just annotate the objects that you want to annotate. So for this image I just annotated the football and named it as a class football. You can see over here using the green color that is automatically comes under one class, and then the person that I considered for the annotation are labeled as a person. So here are three person and one football. So similarly you just do next and do the same process. Like here only one football is there, I just consider the football, and after that again I am using these boxes and consider the persons class over here, because in this image there is no football class. So I'm just annotating. Similarly for this image you can see there is a football, and just choose the class what you want to choose for this particular objects. So after creating the bounding box you just choose over here the football. So let me size it very specifically. Yeah, I have chosen football, and for those two players I am annotating those players as a person. Similarly for the second player I am just detecting the box, creating the box, and give it as a person. So now in the same way, similarly for all the image, and I have annotated all the image and stored it into different folder. So after creating these labels, I am just now you have to you must have two different folder, one is train and one is well. Just create a folder train and create a folder well, and inside this folder just create another folder name images and labels. So if you see here, after cleaning the dataset I have 40 images. Out of 40 images I am considering 36 images for the train and 4 images for validation. So I am just choosing the last 4 images for as a validation data. I am just copying all these 4 images and corresponding labels into the validation folder. Under images, the image under the images folder, I am copying the images, and under the labels I am copying the labels. So similarly, do the same thing for the train folder also. Just copy those 36 number of images into the that folder, image folder, and 36 number of labels in the labels folder. After creating this, create a classes text file. There are two classes, and obviously just before that you just check what are those classes. For 0, that is football form in my case, and for 1, person in my case. So I have just created a custom class text. After doing this, I have just created a separate folder, yellow v8. Under the yellow v8 folder, I have copied train and validation, and there also I have copied the classes text file, and I am just creating one .yml file for the custom dataset that is important for the yellow v8. For this is also similar to the yellow v5. If you don't if you missed my video about custom training model of the yellow v5, you can go to my channel, and you can find the video over there. So I have just created the custom .yml file, and I'm just giving the path of the train images and or train folder, and path of the validation folder. So after giving this, you have to mention the number of class. I mentioned it for the class that is 0, and means like football and persons. So after this, we are good to go. So this is the custom dataset that we have created. So now we can use this dataset for the ELOVA training. Thank you, and wait for the next video.